What goes on, guys? We're back here again with yet another review, and today I am extremely excited to be showing you guys the brand new 30th anniversary Street Sharks Wave 1 in the form of Jab, Ripster, and Slash. These are awesome. They come in boxes that are reminiscent of the original figures, which I never have had, but I'm a big Street Sharks fan. I just watched the series and I loved it. So excited to get these figures. You get to see some awesome artwork on the back. That looks great. These are going to be Walmart exclusive in-store figures, but they did go for pre-order everywhere else, and they're in stock as of this recording at BBTS and stuff like that. So here's Slash's barcode, Ripsters, and Jabs. So with that being said, it's been such a long wait. I cannot wait to get these open. So without further ado, let's go. Let's go ahead and do just that. So getting the Street Sharks out of the packaging, I gotta say, for the most part, they lived up to the hype that I had for these. There are some things that I do wish were different, but I understand that they're not complaints that a lot of people are going to have. They're only going to be complaints that I have, and that's because I didn't grow up with these toys. I'm a recent fan where I went and watched the series on my own, like literally less than a year ago, in preparation for these figures, because I've always been a fan of 80s cartoons, and this was no excuse. So when these were revealed, I wanted to go and rewatch the show. Never had any of the original toys, nothing like that. So I get the appeal that they were going for with some of these features, which we'll talk about. But for me, I don't like that. So don't take that as like these figures are bad because of those things, because I understand that that really does appeal to a good amount of this targeted audience. But that targeted audience doesn't necessarily have me in it. So take that with a grain of salt. But we're going to start from my least favorite to my favorite, which that ranking was not what I expected it was going to be. But you know, it is what it is. So let's go ahead and start with Jab. And while Jab looks fantastic, he definitely has the most restrictive things to him just by the nature of what they chose to do with him. I just found myself, again, he's not bad at all, but I just found myself having the most personal issues with Jab. So taking a look at the head/body sculpt, this is wonderful. This is wonderful. I love the way that it looks. He looked a lot more goldish, sparkly bronze in the promo pictures, and there definitely is a sheen to him. But it's not as bad in person. Plus, this mat on the underbelly looks really nice. Inside of the mouth looks pretty good. A little weird on the roof of the mouth, but you know, these conjuncties are looking pretty good. I like them. He gets an open hand and a fist hand. The pants look pretty good. I do wish that some of the paint went like on the back side of the inner leg. My biggest issue with paint is I don't like that they didn't paint the belt. They did on Ripster, but they did not on Jab. And they put like the paint over the belt. I don't like that. Maybe, I don't remember in the cartoon if this belt is like that. I'm sure this is how it was in the vintage figure, but if you're trying to upgrade these and update these figures, something like that should be accounted for, in my opinion. He's got good eyes, looking good. So he has two action features. One being that the mouth opens, obviously, when you flip the fin. That doesn't bother me, though I do wish, and this is, I'm going to say this is probably about all of them, that there was a feature where if I wanted to, I could leave the mouth open, like it clicks into place and then I push it down again to close it, because I want to leave them with their mouths open, but unfortunately I don't have that option. So, because how often is somebody going to go around and just doing this? Like, these are not for kids. These are definitely for the adult collector. So why not upgrade it to match that? That's just my opinion. But oh, I like all these scars on his back too. That looks great. And then the other feature he has is if you twist his arm back, pops his hammer head out, which is weird because it's like his spine in there. I don't really know. It's weird looking, but it's cool, I guess. Luckily, the arm still does pose. Like, I don't know if it's supposed to do that, but I'm going to be honest, I really don't care if this breaks. Like, if the arm moves around, but this doesn't, I don't really care. like personally, but I think it's designed to still move around. For some reason, this arm pops out on me. Let me know if yours does that. Maybe mine just isn't seated all the way. It clicks in, but like if I go to like move it up and down and I'm not like careful about it, like it will just like fall out. So like I don't know, but not that big a deal. Again, my biggest issue with Jab is just he has the most amount of issues. In terms of accessories, I do wish they upgraded the accessories as well, because all we get are these like cheap plastic cages, which I know this is what they came with, but it would have been cool if we got something else with these guys. Like, would have been cool if like the exclusive version that they're doing for Ripster with like the pool stick and the jacket, kind of would have been cool if we just got some of that stuff with the regular version. Because that is not worth $40 in my opinion. That's just me. So these, I'm going to only show one cage. I'll show it here because they all come with the cage, but the cage will unfold. So if you need to lay it flat, I guess that helps with storage, especially for me. I don't know where I'm putting these right now. But they look cool. They clip together. You definitely do have to open the front in order to get them in there. Like they won't fit through the bottom. But once you get them like in place, it's fine. Not my favorite thing. It would be kind of cool. These are kind of cool if you wanted to leave them in the package to hang on the wall like this, because they do have the hook on the top, but you know, not my thing. So all three of them come with that. Just keep that in mind. I'm not going to show it each time. But in terms of articulation, again, we do get that feature where it allows his head to move out. The mouth will open with the fin, but again, I would have liked the feature to hold that open. Hinge at the shoulder is going to go out. It's going to go down. It'll rotate 360 on both sides, but it's just easier to do it on this side. Single jointed elbow with a swiveling elbow as well, and then all the wrist swivel and hinge. That is really nice. You do get a waist twist on Jab, which is good, and he kind of has drop down hips, which I was not expecting, but he can do the splits, get them back up in there. He can kick forward, back a little bit, no thigh swivel, single jointed knee that I think rotates, but I would be careful with that. And then the ankle will just rotate. Kind of wish they did a ball joint at the ankle as well. But it's not that bad, or it's not that big a deal. And he's good. Like, I am very happy to have Jab on the shelf. But, you know, I just kind of wish he was a little bit more collector friendly, especially at $25. I don't know, but maybe that's just me. Next up on my list was the character that I thought was going to be my favorite, but I have Jab. I have Ripster. I thought he was going to be my favorite, but he also has some issues. Like, for starters, I don't like that we have grip hands on this. It doesn't bother me too much because it's not like an open C-cup grip. So, like, honestly, from afar and with the right posing, it does just look like fist hands. So I'm not too upset about that. But it's an odd choice to not give him, what do you call it? Like, just regular fisted hands. His mouth will open too. Honestly, not as much as I thought it would. But it opens. It'll get the job done for sure. Very squishy, soft plastic. You know, people say that this doesn't hold up, but it's like, I don't know. I feel like if you take care of it, it should. Like, so I don't know. Let me know. But you get the jeans. They did paint his belt. I like that. He's a great white, so of course you got to have that white underbelly. I like that quite a bit. You get to see the gill sculpt up there. The eyes look good. Nice paintwork overall. Get some nice sculpting for the jeans and the boots and the pants. They look good. Would have liked a little bit more paint on the boots maybe. But yeah, I mean, there's not really much to him. And then again, he does come with the cage and no other accessories. So in terms of articulation, shoulder goes up all the way, goes down, it'll rotate 360. Bicep swivel, or a single jointed elbow that will swivel, and then all the wrists swivel and hinge. So that's nice. This is the upgrades that we want. But I keep saying Jab, but Ripster has a feature where he does his signature kick. So this like twists. I could have definitely lived without that and just had like a regular waist twist. And my one leg is like stuck. Like, I don't know why, but like this leg just rotates freely. I feel like I need to heat up this leg. It feels like it's just like rotating on the, like, I don't know what's going on, and I don't want to break it. So I don't know. It does really annoy me, but unfortunately, I don't really know what I if there's anything I can do about it. So, whatever. The legs are supposed to go out that far. They also kind of have a drop down. He'll kick forward, back, single jointed knee that only goes to there, and will kind of rotate. But the ankles are pretty good. They have a nice hinge on them, so they'll go up and down and swivel. Would have been nice if it was a ball peg or something, but unfortunately it's not. But hey, I mean, it gets the job done for the most part. Again, I'm not super happy with the fact that he doesn't have a waist twist and that my one leg is just all weird. It's like stuck. I don't know if it's supposed to be like that, but it's not the end of the world. He stands and he does what he needs to. The unexpected winner for first place was Slash. I was not expecting to like this figure as much as I do. I was excited for him, don't get me wrong, but he feels the most like an upgraded action figure, if that makes sense. So, taking a look at this head sculpt, look at that. That is awesome. He doesn't even really look like that in the show. Like, he does, but he doesn't, you know? It looks great. I love the pearlescent teal and purple that they use on him, but the nice gold schnozzle looks great. You get the Paradigm logos on the side, Paranoid, whatever you want to call them. Get the, nice teeth and gum paint on there. I love the sculpt of the fins. It's nice, and it's nice to be a solid figure. Like, again, I wish that they went that route with these guys, or like a joint that could hold open the mouth. Like, this feels more collector-y to me. The logos are painted very, very nicely. He does have his action feature, but it's hidden, and it works. Like, that's awesome. You get that little sliver on the back, but honestly, that doesn't bother me. So I think that that's great. Really good way to implement that. I love the claws. I wish they were painted, but, I mean, that may be asking for a little too much for this guy, because he does have a lot of paint with like the suit and everything. Was not expecting to like him this much. Again, he comes to the cage, shoulder goes outwards, that far goes down to rotate 360 by, I keep doing that, elbow swivel with a single hinge, but that goes up and down, and then the wrist swivel and hinge very nicely. He has a traditional waist swivel. I like that. And the hips are not on a drop down, or maybe a little bit, but they still do the splits. He'll kick forward all the way, back, single jointed knee that definitely will rotate. It just is ratcheted, so just be careful. And then the ankle will rotate and hinge forward and back. Not as good as Ripster's, but good enough. So yeah, I'm pleasantly surprised with how this turned out. I was not expecting that, but yeah, I like it because it just like pulls it, and then it lets, when you let go, it like spins back. But I like him. He's a lot of fun. Hopefully we get Slopster to go with them, because the pair of them would be great. I always picture the Street Sharks being like maybe 5 feet tall, because they're always like a little bit shorter than like the human characters. They're just like broad and big. So these, I think, scale fine personally, but I don't know. Let me know what if you know the actual measurements of the Street Sharks. Let me know down in the comments. But here they are next to the NECA Toys King Kong, along with the Jazzbars Fortnite Series 6-inch Peely. Here they are next to the McFarlane Toys Dark Knight Returns Batman, along with the Hasbro Marvel Legends X-Men Series Darwin. And then finally here they are next to the Hasbro Marvel Legends What If Series Zombie Captain America. So, you're probably wondering, Ant, you had a lot of mixed emotions on this one. What are your final thoughts on these figures? And I gotta say, I do have mixed emotions on them. On one side, I really am happy to... Well, I'm very happy to have these regardless. But on one side, I will say that I think they set out to do exactly what they planned to. But then on the other side, I think that they definitely missed the mark in certain regards. Like I said, I don't think a lot of people are going to have the complaints that I do, because they probably like these old action features, and, it makes them reminisce back to the old figures, and that's awesome. But for me, I don't care about any of that. I would have liked to just see upgraded versions of the Street Sharks characters, which I'd say they delivered 75%. Getting the leg articulation, the arm articulation, these guys don't need to be like Spider-Man levels of stuff, but I could have done without the action features. I think that's the biggest thing here. Give me an articulated mouth and no weird springy joints, but that's just me. So with that being said, I believe that's all I got for today. So at a price point of $25 a piece, for Jab and Ripster, I'm going to go $7. because I think that there's not enough here to justify that price point, and they have enough issues to bother me. Maybe a 7.5. I'll go 7.5. But for Slash, I'm actually going to go an 8 for him. Maybe an 8.5. I think that he's definitely the best and definitely feels the most upgraded and updated from what they were originally. So with that being said, that's all I got for today. If you have not already, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Also be sure to follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and Letterboxd. I post a lot on all those apps, and I have a great time, so I'm sure you will too. But as always, let me know. You copping? See you guys next one. Peace. What goes on, guys? I wanted to hop on here again and thank you all for watching, and to let you know that if the following apps interest you, feel free to follow me on them, as I put the links in the description for you guys. I really appreciate everything you all do for me, so DM me with any questions or thoughts. I'd love to sit and talk with you all. Again, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.